Previously, I made this mandarin Cheong, which is basically a syrup. I had some mandarins that were way too sour to really enjoy fresh, and so I decided that the best way to enjoy these mandarins for a longer period of time would be to turn them into Cheong syrup. And to do that, I cut up all the fruit, weighed them, and then mixed in the same weight in sugar. Basically a 50-50 sugar and fruit ratio. I let that sit for a few days, during which the sugar drew out the juice from the fruit and then turned it into syrup. I separated the syrup from the solids. I did end up drying some of the mandarin slices to make some tasty little candied fruit. But with the leftover solids, I decided to mix it with water and a little of the extracted syrup, add some yeast, and then try to turn it into alcohol. I was trying to decide what I was in fact trying to make, as it would end up being around 5 to 6% alcohol, and since this is not made from wheat, it's not a beer. But upon doing a little bit of Googling, I think I can call this a mandarin wine. Now I think anyone who regularly homebrews can probably tell how this will end up tasting, especially since this is mostly using the rinds and the pith of the fruit. But remember, I'm not trying to make a delicious beverage here, just seeing what would happen if I made Cheong leftovers into alcohol. But I still want to power through and taste this once it's done. Now this fermented quite thoroughly for a few days, and once I noticed little to no bubbles coming through the airlock, I decided to test the sugar levels, and they ended up being at 0 sugar left, which means this has fermented completely and should be between 5 to 6% alcohol. And the smell at the moment was also giving me a good idea of what this may taste like. However, there's still a little cloudy from the fermenting kicking up all the yeast, so what I'll do is first separate the mandarin solids from the liquid, and I'll throw all these mandarin solids away since they're well and truly spent. I cleaned out the fermenting container I was using, re-sanitized it, and then poured the mandarin wine back into the container. I set the airlock back on and set this in the fridge to do something called cold crashing, which should help clear up the liquid and settle everything to the bottom, leaving us with a clear liquid. I left it in the fridge for maybe 2 to 3 days, in which time it definitely has cleared up significantly. And you know what, it could be even clearer if I used fining agents or bentonite, but I don't have those at the moment, so cold crashing will have to do. After the cold crash, I'm going to carefully pour out the clear liquid, leaving the yeasty sludge at the bottom, which I can now throw away. My plan is to try and bottle carbonate some of this, so I'll add about half a tablespoon of sugar to a pressure safe glass bottle, and then pour in some of the mandarin wine, leaving about an inch of headspace at the top. I'll close that up and give it a shake, and then set that aside at room temperature to carbonate. And with the remaining mandarin wine, I'm going to do something called force carbonating, which is how most fizzy drinks are made to be fizzy. But I have this home carbonator which can carbonate any liquid, which I'll use to carbonate this mandarin wine into mandarin sparkling wine. A couple of pumps of CO2 into the wine, and then I'll let it sit for a little while to settle, before popping open. Now this carbonated super well and held the CO2 really well as well. But now taking a sip of this, it was pretty bad. Kind of tastes like shit. Bitter, effervescent, and it felt like I was drinking household cleaning chemicals. Yeah, don't do this at home. Not worth it. I've always heard making wine from citrus fruit isn't the best since they are already quite sour, but on top of using mostly skin and rind, I can see why this ended up being so bitter and unpleasant. If this is going to taste anything like that, I'm probably just going to have to dump this right now. It's not worth it.